join me today? Let's make Banga rice. Banga jollof, I would say. Who will join me today? Hello everyone, I cannot in this kitchen. Welcoming you to our live stream today. We just want to make hello, Save Emanuela, Jacinta. Well, thank you for joining us today. How are you doing? Everyone that joined us, let's make a very quick one. Very, very quick one. It doesn't take time, but it's local, it's delicious, it's very, very unique in many ways. So let's go for it. So as you guys always know, I don't, whenever I'm cooking, my pot is either empty or just filled with boiling water, one of those two. So right now it's filled with boiling water. By the time we are done, you guys will see exactly what we can make, what we're able to achieve. So Banga rice is a very, very quick one. Because I know I won't, it doesn't take more than 30 minutes, 40 minutes, particularly when the rice is parboiled. I chose to parboil the rice and wait. So don't worry, it's not going to take any time at all. What I'm trying to blend here now is my red bell pepper. When you're making local rice, I would say, or Banga rice, I would say also, it will be, oh well, thank you, Amaka blessed. I'm doing great, kids are fine, Amaka, thank you so much. So, yeah, when you're making Banga jollof rice or any local jollof rice, I think one of the things we need to remember is it's not just like the normal so-called modern jollof rice. We just want to make it local. So we're taking it local, and what that would mean is, imagine when you're using mortar to pound this pepper. Imagine when you're using mortar to pound this pepper. That means it's gonna still remain a bit coarse, not fully blended. But of course, when we're making like modern, so-called modern stew or jollof rice, you want to blend this pepper. So why the reason I'm using this particular chopper is because it leaves the pepper coarse, as you guys would see. It will leave it very, very coarse by the time we are done with it. I hope I'll get it, but let me balance it first. It's going to leave it very coarse, as you would see. So, this is done. Look at it, still very coarse, like I said. It's all about making sure everything you're using is quite unique. Now, let me quickly introduce everything here. I'm sure you guys know this big crayfish. I don't know what it's called. I don't know, it has a particular name in Yoruba, and I don't know what it's called in Igbo also. But this is that big crayfish, the dry one. I think it's shrimp or prawn, the dry one. This brings a unique taste to when you're making local rice, particularly with Banga. This brings very unique taste. What you're looking forward to when you're making local rice is not fish, is not meat. No. You're looking for those very local protein that you can add to the food. It will remain local but still very tasty. So we set this aside. I also have this kind of crayfish, but this one I am going to blend using my blender, not chopper, but blend it. This I'm going to blend. And of course, I've got fish here. I've got first of all, I have a small mackerel fish that I left unused. Small mackerel fish that I left unused. I'm going to use it. But what is important is also my dry fish. I have my dry fish here, which I should start washing now. It doesn't take time. Once I wash it, these things will go in all together in this food. And that is the unique thing about cooking local rice. You probably have everything you need in the food all at once. Welcome, Mark, Emelia, thanks so much. Oyeka Priska, thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate you guys. So let's get done with this fish. The fish is already clean, but I'm gonna just put another quick wash. So remember, everything has to be local. So just a quick wash of my fish, which I've washed before, and we will get started. It doesn't take time. The only reason, like I said before, the only reason you are still seeing all these things here is because all of them are going in at the same time. Virtually everything is going in at the same time in this spot. So just watch and see how it goes in. And of course, this is my, typically, I have Banga, the main palm nuts here, but I want to use that one for off-field design when I want to make off-field design. But so I chose to buy palm paste. So if you're in Nigeria or where you can get palm nuts, get the palm nuts. You like it to use. But otherwise, make use of palm paste. I've got one big palm, like the one with chaff, but it's not for this right. It's for my food that I will cook hopefully next week. I don't know when, but I will come live to make another delicious food. It's a big man stew, a big man soup for everybody. And of course, I've got my scent leaf here. And for those of us not in Nigeria, if you're in Europe, if you're in North America, whether in Canada here, me, or you are in the US, there's a difference between mint leaf and scent leaf. So if you go to big stores and just get those fresh mint leaf, you don't assume you are buying scent leaf. Those are two different things entirely. Mint leaf might look like scent leaf, like chow for the Igbos. I don't know what it's called in Yoruba or Hausa, but mint leaf is not the same as scent leaf. So you know that. So this is the scent leaf I bought from our African store that I'm going to be using now. So for those of us that join us from YouTube, I'm telling you guys, welcome, babe, welcome everyone that joined. If you could also leave like a tag, like a message, just to let us know you're on YouTube, that would be great. So let's get started. Now we have our fish here. This fish is ready. Let's get it out first, and then use this to wash this particular shrimp. Our fish is ready. I'm going to keep it here. I'm going to keep this one here. And what I'm going to do next now is to get ready my shrimp, because I'm going to wash it eventually. I've peeled the head out. If you want to peel, if you don't like the head, peel the head out and blend it or grind it, which is exactly what I did or what I would do. So for those that would want to know, I'm sure you know this crayfish, right? This big crayfish. That is it. This is it. So let's get them out and then blend the rest. Again, like I said, you might be wondering why are these things still here? It's only because they are all going into this pot at the same time. And once it goes into the pot, because I've parboiled the rice already, it probably will take less than 5 minutes. Oh, sorry, not 5 minutes. Take about 30 minutes, I would say, to get done. And during that period, I have some big announcements to make also. So let's keep going. So as you would notice here now, these are all heads. If you notice, these are all heads of the shrimp. So I'm going to do something right now, which I'm sure you guys would know what I'm about to do. So I'm going to blend all these heads. See all this head here? I'm going to blend it now. I'm going to blend all of them, all these heads of shrimp, the big shrimp. I will blend all of them, of course, with my main crayfish, that is this crayfish. Can you imagine the kind of taste, the aroma and taste that will come from this rice by the time you blend all this crayfish for your local rice? And I'm going to be using water to do that, so that it's going to come out very quickly. So I'm going to be adding some water. And one thing I also want to do, because I'm blending this to puree, I'll be adding my ginger to it. This ginger is not one of those strong ones. It's very easy to peel and very easy to blend. So I'm going to be blending my ginger also along with this. You can do it separately if you want. It's not a must that you have to do it together. But by the time I'm done with this, then we'll just finish up quickly. Remember, this is my crayfish, and this is the ginger. I just want to add ginger is optional. One thing you will notice here quickly is that there is no curry on this. There is no curry in this my space here. There is no thyme in this my space here. There is no poetry in this my space here. It's all about very, very local things that we use in making this particular rice. And now some people might be saying that if I blend this ginger with my crayfish, it might not come out. The ginger we might still have some particles there. But I've done it many times. It's not one of those ginger that you still have some particles there. That is why you can see I'm cutting it. It's going to blend just the exact way the crayfish will blend. And you will not even see any particle from the ginger, but simply get to enjoy this delicious taste. So I think this is enough. So what I'm going to do now is to add some water. Again, this is deliberate. I want to show everyone exactly how these things can be done from beginning to the end without stress. That is why I chose not to add anything to this water until we are ready to go. So, and we are almost ready to go. What we have to do now, of course, is to blend my crayfish. Once we blend the crayfish, we are all set, and we can get started immediately. So this is the last thing I have to blend. Once I blend this, we are all good to go. Where is it going? Okay. So everyone that joined me today, thank you so much. We are making Banga rice. So I've tried to introduce everything I'm using for the Banga rice. But if you are just joining us, just hold on for about 2 minutes. I will still mention everything as I begin to add them in this pot. The pot is still filled with just water. So let's get started. This is the only blending I'm going to do next here. Okay, I'm going to do my onion next, definitely. But what? While this is blending, so I am done with this right now. This is done. The ginger, the chaff is not here at all. So this is completely well blended. What is next actually, you know what? Because it's still the same, I'm going to just blend my onion inside because eventually all of them will go in at the same time. So I'm going to just blend my onion and then we'll start adding everything one by one so you can see how it goes. So let's blend the onion inside and then we are done with every blending. So we are good. Now let's get started fully. So let's see, let's be sure it blended very well. So let's get started now. So in this my small boiling water, very small one, I'm going to be adding my Banga. This is my Banga paste. Like I said, if you have palm nuts, it's still the best. This is not always the best, but if you have palm nuts, use it. So it's not always the best to use this one, but let's start with this. And for those that like oil, lots of oil in their jollof rice, even if you're using palm paste, remember you can always still add a small amount of red oil. That will help too. So I have 1.5 palm paste, I would say, just in case if this is not enough. I'm gonna just keep this camera like this so it can focus on the in the pot. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's okay now. So again, remember, if you have palm nut, it's always the best if you have it. If you don't have it, and the only thing you can get is this palm paste, get it. You will like it. This will not be enough, so I've got some palm paste left from. You guys remember I made or had soup on live stream? I've got some palm paste left from it. Oh, okay. So I'm putting the rest of the palm paste in it now. I might have to add oil if I want to, but most likely, yes, I will add oil. So if once you've got your palm paste inside, it's up to you what comes next. Remember, because I blended my onion, my crayfish with water. I didn't add so much water boiling here. So remember, the water from here will add to what we'll have here, and the rice is parboiled already. So you gotta be careful so you don't add so much water in it. It's measurement when you're cooking. Measurement is the key, particularly if it has to involve use of water. Measurement is the key. If you're cooking afang soup, for example, and you are using water leaf, if you have one, you need to know exactly what amount of water to add. If you're using spinach in this part of the world, you need to know again how much quantity of water you add to your cooking. Otherwise, it will get watery. Because if you combine water from water leaf or spinach to the other water, so the water you added, it gets really watery. So remember, measurement, like I said, is the key. Now I'm adding this one. Here is the crayfish, the onion, and of course the ginger, like I mentioned before. You guys can see it. So that goes in. Tell me why this will not be yummy and sweet with all this measurement inside. Tell me why it will not be yummy and sweet. You can see once I add my crayfish, it looks as if the oil has disappeared, but yeah, oil is still there. But because I want it to be very colorful, I'm still going to add some oil. I'm still going to add some oil in it. I'm not adding my fish until I'm ready. What will go in next now, of course, is the oil. Remember, this is just because I want it to be very red, to be very colorful. Otherwise, Banga paste is enough. Banga paste should be enough. But if you want it more colorful, you've got to do all this. Now, I'm going to add my pepper. Remember I said pepper has to be coarse. This is my pepper. My pepper will go in now. If you like pepper a lot like me, yes, add as much as you can. But if you don't like pepper, not try them because they cry to the shop. So we are getting there. What do we have left? The only thing, I've got about 4 pieces of drumstick I want to add here because I want to eat the drumstick. What will go in here next now? I'm tempted to add this, but I don't want to add this. I'm tempted to add this crayfish right now, but I don't want to add the crayfish until I add this, until I put the rice. So let's go in with the rice. What else is left? So everything is almost inside. Let's go in with the rice. Hopefully the water is not too much. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I hope it's not too much. Because if it's too much, you don't cast. But I don't think it's too much. I don't think so. So I've not added my seasoning. Remember, I should have added my seasoning before putting this rice. That's the truth. But I kind of forgot it. It skipped my mind while I was talking. But I'm going to add my seasoning right now. And my salt. I'm going to lower the stove a bit. So for my seasoning, I'm using no cubes. Just use some. Remember when you're cooking like this, if you can turn off the stove, turn off the stove. And the reason you have to turn off the stove is because you can see it starts, once it starts boiling, if you turn it afterwards, it will burn, the flour will burn in time. But I don't mind, even if this one burn in time, because I've already parboiled it right, so I don't really mind. That is why I can still leave it like this without turning it yet. I don't want to turn it yet without being ready to do so. My Maggi is so strong, I don't have the strength to break it, so I'm using my plate to break the Maggi. I don't have the strength to break it myself. So let's see how well we are doing. Yes, I think the Maggi is okay now. I added some cubes. I'm going to keep this here. I'm going to add my salt and then I will turn it. Remember, if you didn't parboil your rice and you allow your rice to be boiling like this before you turn it, it will just burn quickly. But I'm not worried about that. So I can just turn it like this. Hopefully, fingers crossed, the water is not too much, fingers crossed. Virtually everything I have here is more or less like crayfish. Is more or less like crayfish. So what I want to do is by the time it's done cooking, I want to see the amount of crayfish how much crayfish will dominate the texture and the color. Because as much as I want lots of crayfish in it, I also want to be seeing the rice, small, 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 small. So now that I will cook rice, I don't get to see the rice very well because I have other things there. So now this is purely Banga, and yeah, we can see our rice. And I'm going to turn on the heat now. But I need it on high heat because, like I said, I've parboiled the rice already. So I need it on high heat. So I've turned on the stove on a high heat. I've got my salt in there. I've got everything I want in there. Now it's time for me to add all my fish. I don't need to stir the fish. This one is still intact the way it is. Just add the fish. I still have my what's it called? My crayfish I'm gonna use. Fingers crossed this water is not too much. I really hope so. But remember, when you're making this kind of rice, the focus is on making it yummy. It's gonna be yummy, not dry. It doesn't have to be dry. So I have some microfish that I have left from the other day I cooked. So when you're making food like this, you need to be asking yourself, do I have any extra something I want to add that maybe I don't use for some other thing? And that is where this microfish come inside. If I don't use this microfish, I won't use it again. So it will probably be in the fridge for a long time. So my crayfish is gone inside. I want to make sure this is not what I'm using. I want to make sure that it's well spread. And then here comes the crayfish. Here the big crayfish. Here comes them. Hopefully this water is not too much. Fingers crossed, I keep saying it. I hope it's not too much. But if it is what it is. But let's see how it goes. Paulina Kelechi, I'm fine. Kiribe, good evening, good afternoon to you too. Good afternoon to you. This is 1:35 in Saskatchewan, Canada. So we're still afternoon. Anyway, now I've got everything I want in here. Everything. The only thing left to be added here now is my scent leaf. The scent leaf can wait. Scent leaf can virtually wait. Now the only thing I have to do is to just move these things around. Move this around. Typically, if this rice is not already soft, I'm gonna cover it with foil leaf, foil paper, sorry, before using this cover. But the rice is almost soft. So and it has more water, so I want that water to evaporate more. So for that reason, I'm not gonna be using like I'm not gonna be using foil paper to cover it because I want to be opening it more and more, and let the water as much as possible disappear, if I may use that word. So this is what it looks like right now. And one other thing I have, which is my choice, this is not important at all. This is not important because I want to eat chicken. I want to eat chicken. I'm actually used to eating hard chicken, but this is a soft one. So I'm just gonna drop these ones like this. But this is not important at all. It's just my long throat that's making me add it. It's not important. If not because of my long throat, I will not add it. So you know. So this, I typically drumstick is not that much very tasty, but with all the spices I added here, it's going to cook and absorb them, and then we'll have a deliciously made or cooked drumstick. So yeah, this is what it looks like. Let's give it some time and see how it's doing. I want you guys to watch me and see. Let's bet if this water is going to be too much or not too much. I want us to see what will happen. But let's cover it for some time and watch it. I think the oil is okay, and yeah, let's do it. So let me read some comments and everyone there. Hello, Chi Walter. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you. Everyone that joined, both from Facebook, both from YouTube, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today. What we are making, like I said, is Banga jollof, and everything about Banga jollof is purely local. What I've just done is to take myself to my village growing up. When we have to, there's no Banga paste. We have to make the paste ourselves. Like we have to buy the palm nuts, cook it very soft, make the paste ourselves, and then use it to cook. But when you're in this part of the world, you realize there are alternatives to how you can still achieve that same level of that same cooking that you have always enjoyed. I want to turn this thing very well so you guys can see me. Yeah, okay. So in this part of the world, we have to make use of what we've got. And the only thing we've got so far here is palm paste. If you're just joining us, I'm going to open the pot just for a second, and you guys can see what's inside, and then we'll keep talking again. This is what's inside. Let's keep hoping that the water is not too much. Again, the focus is on this rice to be yummy, not dry. I'm not cooking the rice to be dry or one like fried rice. No, it has to be gummy. That is the way you enjoy the beauty and the is there any word like deliciousness? I don't know if there's a word like that. I don't think so. Deliciousness, maybe that's a word too. But that's the way you enjoy the how delicious the rice will be. If we cook it like the normal jollof rice where you just put some amount of water, it will still be one like you can still be picking the rice, then you're not gonna get it. So yeah, Jacinta, yeah, you're right. It says it goes well with a little scent leaves added, takes it to the next level. Yeah, you're right. I've got my scent leaf here. I've got my scent leaf here, Jacinta, but I'm not adding it yet. It will be the last thing that will go in. Not yet. And one of the reasons I don't want to add the scent leaf so much in time is scent leaf is has a very strong scent. I'm not looking to have so much of scent leaf scent dominating the rice. No, I want to be able to. I'm having some kind of stuff happening around me here. So I want to be able to, as much as possible, be able to catch the every flavor in the rice, in the cooking, not just the taste of scent leaf or the aroma from scent leaf. Uh, so yeah, scent leaf will go in, but not now. Yeah, but I have it here. Okay, the water is a teeny bit much, but it will be fine as the rice is better, as the rice is better soft. Yes, she water, the water is actually a little bit more, but fingers crossed, it's not going to be that much. Hopefully, as it cooks, and when I get to turn it, it will not be too, like it's not going to be, it's not going to be very obvious. But the most important thing is mind how much water you add. Like I said, because I'm cooking live, I have to clearly, I have to identify quickly that yes, I think the water is a bit much. So I will probably just leave it open a little bit. The only reason I want to leave it open a little bit is for the steam to go, and then that probably will help reduce the amount of water in it. So that's what I'm doing right now. But if you notice, the water might not really be too much, but trust me, by the time, it's not really too much. I think so, because by the time it's done cooking, and then we turn it, you realize the water won't be much again. So I don't think it's too much. But let's leave it to cook a little bit more. So everyone that joined us from YouTube, you're doing well. Thank you so much for saying that. The first time I'm seeing a comment on YouTube. Thank you so much. I wonder who left this comment. Okay, I don't know. It says FA. Oh, no, it's FA. Oh, come on to that, baby. Who's FA? Oh, I have to really find out. But anyway, thank you so much for the comment. I really appreciate that from YouTube and everyone from Facebook. So we are really doing great. We are doing great. I was thinking the water would be too much, but trust me, it is not really much from what I can see here. It's not really much. But let's keep going. So remember, guys, I cannot in this kitchen. Continue to invite your friends to join us on this page. My initial thought was actually to make this banga jollof offline, but I realized I did not post today. So what about if I come online to make it? So that was why I just kind of breezed in online, left a note that I'm coming online to cook. Otherwise, I didn't want to just come online to cook today. So let's take this water out first. So let's finish up quickly with this. I'm going to bring some amount of scent leaf that I need now. Some amount of scent leaf that I need just to get it ready. Again, I've explained why I don't want, I didn't add scent leaf much in time. Scent leaf is the scent is really very strong. I don't want it to dominate the taste, the aroma from the cooking. So I want as much as possible to be able to identify all the good taste in the cooking. So I think it should be enough. That is doing well. I remember I'm cooking on high heat. I'm cooking on high heat for some reason. I've boiled the rice well already. The rice is almost like good. So I don't want to just cook on a low heat and let the rice absorb so much water. That is why I'm trying to cook on a high heat. It will most likely get burnt, like you know how you cook and the rice or whatever you cook will get burnt. It will most likely get burnt here, but what I want to achieve, I would have achieved it. So that is the idea. So everyone that is joined from FA, from YouTube, from Facebook, everyone, thank you so much for joining me, and I will really appreciate if you guys keep sharing my videos, and let's draw traffic to our page. Let's keep having fun on the page. The phone is just created to have fun. To have fun cooking. I love cooking. Whether I'm feeling good, whether I'm feeling bad, once I'm in the kitchen, I feel good. So that's the idea, and that is why you guys see me in the kitchen all the time. So it's what I love to do. Is what that has actually, I would say this again, saved me in many ways. But you know what? I'm not giving it up. It's something that has given me every reason to smile, to smile. So I am here in the kitchen. I will always be in the kitchen. This is my main, I have my main job. This is just my passion. So I'm trying to showcase to everyone to see. Who knows who might, one or two people might be learning something from here. So let's look around. Is there something more? And I want to show you guys too because I want to make it local. This is what I'm gonna be using to serve it. This is what I'm gonna be using to serve the rice. Because if we want it local, it has to remain local. Let's see. You guys can see how we are doing. The water is not too much after all. Really, it's not. But I'm gonna let it to keep cooking. If you are, trust me, guys. If you are with me in this kitchen right now, the aroma coming out from this rice, you will want to just grab it and run. Trust me, that is how good it is. It's really very yummy and delicious. I'll tell you guys. Remember, I said before, this chicken you see here is not muscle. Now, long truth, can me put the chicken this drumstick here. The drumstick is not needed in this cooking at all. But we are doing great. We are doing great. Let's cover it up a bit. By the time we turn the rice, all the crayfish, all the fish, dry fish, and of course smoked fish, all of them will mix very well. But let's keep going. And I'm not ready yet to add my scent leaf. Remember, I have my scent leaf here, but I'm not ready yet to add it. The water, yeah, okay, I've read that before. Abedin Hamed, he said is that looks delicious. Thank you so much for the compliment. I appreciate you for saying that. Remember, guys, share my videos, get people to join us on this space. Let's keep having fun and learning something or relearning something we know how to do already. I mean, something should be able to bring it to my page. If you're not having fun laughing as much as you want, you are learning something, or at least you're complementing something. One of those three things, I mean, should bring you to this page. So yeah, and as you're on the page, get your friends to join us. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're on Facebook, subscribe to my Facebook. That is okay. So we are present both in YouTube. We are present in YouTube and on Facebook. So and we're streaming from both platforms right now. So if you search for YouTube, you will still see Ezindu's Kitchen, just like you have on Facebook. So we are nearing the end. What I don't understand is if this spoon will not break, this spatula will not break when I want to turn this right. I feel it will break. So I might get a stronger one to use. This might break, and I don't want it to break. It helps me to mix more it helps me when I want to mix stew. It helps me a lot. So let's see how well we are doing. And I think right now it's really drying the way I want. I'm going to take my time to add my scent leaf. I'm going to take my time to add it. I don't remember in this part of the world we don't get a fresh one. There's actually a place I went to last 2 weeks. I saw a fresh one. I should have bought it. If I had known I'm going to make local rice today, I should have bought it. So I'm just going to put this. Eventually, I'm going to get a bigger spoon to turn this because this rice will break this my spatula. To break it completely. See, I think we have won. The water in it is not actually too much. It's all dried up now. So even if I end the cooking now, the water is not still too much. So by the time I turn it, I want it yummy. That is how it's gonna be. I don't know if this scent leaf is enough. I might add some more. I'm gonna add some more scent leaf. hopefully it won't be too much. I'm going to add some more. So yeah, we are nearing almost, this took less than, actually it took less than an hour. I thought it was going to take more than that. This is 150 here, maybe 850 in Nigeria, depending on where you're watching from. Comfort Iheme, thank you so much, so good. Thank you so much for saying that. So I think this is enough. I don't want to add so much, I think. This one don't do. This one is enough. So let's cover it up a bit to heat up and cook more. So we are all good. Now it's time to clear the kitchen. By the time I'm back to this, by the time I return to this plate, I come back to open this again, we will turn it, and when we turn it, we are practically done for the day. So everyone that joined, please, thank you for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, like I said, share my videos, guys. I will really, really appreciate that. Just share and share and share and share. Let's keep growing this page. The only way we can grow this page is once we continue to share the video and we'll have lots of people watching us. Neche, Ada, thank you for joining us, even though you're late too. Thank you for joining us. So I'm just clearing right now because I'm done. But I'm done with the cooking. I probably might add more seasoning to this. I don't know, but I feel the one I add might not be enough. So if I have to add more seasoning, I will do that. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. And do we have more paste left? No, it's finished. I don't think I need more paste here. And this one is almost finished too. So I think we are good to go. So we are just clearing and clearing and clearing as we are done cooking. Mashallah Pascal. But thank you so much for the comment from YouTube, Pascal. I thank you. I really appreciate for joining us from YouTube. Yeah, friends, let's keep growing this YouTube channel, man. We can grow it. Let's keep growing the YouTube channel, just like we grow the Facebook channel too. Let's see what our rice is looking like right now. Before we see what it looks looking like, let me just clear this place a bit. So let's see. You see, the whole water has disappeared. So before I turn this rice, I'm going to take out this chicken, because if I turn it right now with the jollof, it's going to just, the chicken will just break and break, and I don't want it to break. So I'm going to remove the chicken and turn the rice first. And then like I said, I'm going to add one more seasoning. I'm going to add one more. But the rice is actually very big. One chicken has fallen. So let's keep the chicken there. I'm going to add one more seasoning. I hope I can use my hand to break this. If I can't break it, I don't know what I will do again now. It's very, very strong. I'm going to try my best to see if I can break it before we then give it a quick turn. Oh, this one is not so strong. I think I can break it. What I'll probably look out for is adding more salt. Like I said before, it's gonna burn. If you're here now, you will definitely feel, enjoy you will definitely enjoy the burning, should I call it burning sensation? Can you guys see? It's not like one, but it came out just the way I wanted it. Maybe what I would have wanted here more would have been more oil, but the food. So now I've given it a quick turn. It's not. It came out the way I wanted it. Yummy, not dry. It's yummy. So right now, what I would taste for, I think is, I don't need to taste for salt. Salt is actually okay. So I'm gonna turn off the stove now, and then put my chicken back, because there's nothing else I'm cooking. I'm practically done with all the cooking. It's still very hot. It will still continue to cook, definitely, but the idea is to get it yummy. That is the idea. If you're watching, if you're looking at this now, you will see how yummy it is. I'm going to still dish it and bring it close to the camera for you guys to see it. But what was important to me was to achieve that yumminess when I'm cooking, when I'm making the Banga jollof. It was necessary for me to achieve that yumminess. So I measured how much water I put inside. I measured how much water I used to blend the crayfish. Of course, just to make sure we achieve the texture we want. Hello, Auntie. Hello, Auntie V. Thanks for joining us. So just to make sure we achieve that texture we want, and the color. If you are used to eating, if you have used to eating jollof, local jollof, you will most likely agree with me that this is what the color looks like most often. Any local jollof that seems to look like fried rice, too gel. So let me dish out some in this my small. No, I'm not going to dish it out here. This looks small. You guys won't see that very well. So I'm going to just dish it out in a bigger plate. Maybe I'll dish it out in this plate to show you guys what it looks like. I'm going to wash this plate and dish it here. So let's dish it in this small plate, and then we can then score ourselves if we did right. And then you guys can then score me. How did I do? Did I do well? Did I try? But eventually, if you're seeing this video sometime to come on Facebook, like a short video of it, you most likely see me using to dish it is this plate, is this wooden plate. I'm only using this to show you guys. When I want to make the video to record, I won't use this. So let's go for it. Again, focus on how yummy it is. It's those kind of rice that tastes very yummy. If you have fishes like this, you can just throw it inside. But before I throw in the fish, I want to just dish some more. I want to eat. Then you can stylishly start looking for crayfish to add. That's how you do it. Stylishly start looking for crayfish to add. You add all the crayfish, look for more. And then if you want to add your fish, you add your fish. Now, tell me who wants to join me to enjoy this food. So this is what it looks like. Your fish is there. Look at the texture. It's important that you see the texture. This is what it looks like. Your fish is there. Your dry crayfish is there. So if you eat this one and drink water, you can just go sleep straight. You just go enjoy your sleep. So you see how quick it's easy to make. Remember how we started here with the pot empty with just boiling water, and this was what we achieved by the time we are done. So this is how it's easy to make, and I hope you get to try this. So tomorrow, I'm not sure if I'll be coming live to cook, but I'll try to cook something. I'm gonna say something, guys. Isn't this kitchen? Uh, our soundtrack is ready. So we are just, I'm going to post, I'm just working on the soundtrack to add some things to that. So most likely on Monday, I'll be posting the soundtrack, and there could be something coming with the soundtrack. So the soundtrack has a little bit of my history. So if you listen to the soundtrack on Monday, you will probably get to even know me more, hopefully. But tomorrow, I'm not sure if I don't think I will come online tomorrow to cook. Maybe if I will leave a post about that. But until then, thanks everyone that joined me on Facebook, on YouTube. You guys are awesome. And I can't take every time you guys spend with me for granted because it helped me going. As much as I'm cooking the food I eat at home here, I still enjoy having coming to cook it online. So you can at least see what I eat myself. That is just the idea. But until, as much as you guys are willing to keep coming to my page to watch what I do, I will keep coming online to keep entertaining you guys. And maybe, just maybe, we might have some people who are ready to learn, who are learning from the page. I've got some inbox people saying, hey, I learned how to do this here, how to do this here. That really makes me happy. That really makes me happy. Auntie, yes, you're late to join, but you can watch the video from the beginning. I'm going to end it in the next 2 minutes. You can always rewatch it. What we made is Banga jollof. Just so you know, Auntie Virginia, we made Banga jollof, and before we started, this pot was empty with just water boiling inside. And by the time we are done, this was what we were able to achieve. So that is how we do it. So you can see how it's done. And I've said it many times, that is why I like coming online to cook. So that you don't just keep watching my recorded videos. I want you guys to see me doing it live. If there's a mistake, you see the mistake. If there's no mistake, you see there's no mistake. If there's improvement, you tell me where what I need to change. That is why I love coming online, and I'm confidently doing it because I know I can. I was taught by the best. I was taught by the best mom. I was taught by the best siblings how to do this. I didn't go to any cooking or culinary school or whatever it's called. I was just taught by people that gave me opportunity to learn, and I picked it up, and here we are. So thanks everyone that joined. We are done for the day. This is 2:02, and Nigeria now is 9:02. So if it's night where you are, enjoy your good sleep. Get ready for church. Get ready for mosque. Get ready for to just thank whatever you worship, and it's okay. And thanks everyone that joined me today. I love you guys. Remember to always share my videos, both recorded videos and live streams. Always share them for me. Thank you, and God bless. Yeah, I didn't say trust my cooking. Thank you so much for saying that. Bye.